but 38 degrees. One of the folks was here on their way and had said that in their car. But we've got a typical Ely fall day, I guess. Kind of a little breezy. Not raining, but cloudy. Kind of nice. We hope everybody out there is having a great day, and we want to say thank you for joining us. We're going to have kind of a fun day today. We're going to answer or try and answer some questions. We're going to let you know who asked the question, where they're from, but we're not going to tell everything, of course, are we? Are we going to tell everything?
Nope.
No. Just a little update right now. We've got some action going on out front, and we're hoping to bring you a live event next Wednesday out by the new log pavilion that's being built. They've got the uprights going up. Look for that picture on the update, I would guess, tonight or tomorrow night. They should have pictures of it, but we're going to try and go live out there next Wednesday at 1 o'clock Ely time and show you what they're doing. Right now I can see a crane from here lifted way up high. I wish you could see it. And they're lifting logs onto it. They're putting it together like they would a bunch of Lincoln logs. It's kind of neat to watch. Don't you think?
Yep.
Yep. She's full of long answers. She's saving them all up. But we're going to go over some of the questions you've got today, have a little bit of fun with them. The first one we got is a question from Liz in the Netherlands. And it says here, some chatters have expressed repeated concern that Tasha may not be getting enough food before hibernation, as she does not come back to the Haven often. Can you please comment on the extent of wild foods available for her to her? She says, I know Sharon took a to-go bag to the Doug's Inn last week. Do you leave food out there for her? Question mark. As Tasha is now coming to the pond area in the afternoons, would it be possible to do a bit of a spread after Ted has been around, or leave some food on the scales? I saw her check the scales yesterday afternoon. I guess I'd answer that question twofold. The first one is she getting enough food? I think she's gained an awful lot of weight, or a fair amount of weight. Wouldn't you say this year?
I've been told that she is larger than what a bear her age would be in the wild. So going into hibernation at the weight that she's at, she's going to come out just fine.
Okay, and I think that Sharon would agree to that one. We have noticed, though, that if there's no disturbing going on up there, that she stays there. And yesterday and the last few days, we've been having a little bit of area disturbing going on because we're doing our new lines to all of our camera areas that we're going to have for you guys out there. So I kind of think what it does is it disrupts her from the area that she wants to den in. Correct?
Sure.
Keeps her kind of busy, wouldn't you say? So I would say that as far as getting enough food, I think that she's doing a great job. I think Sharon and the bear educators have done a nice job keeping her healthy and going in at a good weight. And I've got a lot of confidence that they're doing the right job, which I know they are. Wild foods available out there. If there was any, they're frozen.
Well, no. There's hazelnuts that have been planted out in the enclosure. This enclosure was built around woods that were established, so there is some wild foods that the bears eat. And we've observed Ted eating grass out on the mound when he's out and about, so there's no reason to believe that Tasha isn't doing the same thing when she's out.
Good point. See, I would have answered that a little differently, because we have had a couple of days of good freezes. And as far as the hazelnuts go, I've heard they really eat them when they're green. But there again, if we got that stuff out here, and the grass is one thing that I never seem to remember in the clover area. That's still alive, as you can see, in all the green. So I guess answering that in a better way, yes, we've got stuff that they can still eat. The to-go bag that Sharon took to the den, I was made aware of that by an update. I don't know. She's had it a couple times and drags it around. Don't always seem to want to eat it. Just drags it around. Maybe snacks on it a little bit. I know she's taken a little bit of food, but we found squirrels eating from the to-go bag. So maybe that answers that question, Liz. As far as the pond area goes and that stuff, we're in discussion with Dr. Rogers and Sharon all the time on what to do and how to do it. So we want to make sure we're doing it right and correct for the bears as they would be treated in the wild, correct? So again, we want to make sure that we're getting Tasha to learn that she's a wild bear out here. I would go with that one. Now I'm going to go to our long question list. The first one is Rhonda, no state listed. What's the plan if Tasha don't hibernate? Well, we've talked about it. And quite frankly, we're going to keep watch on it and keep updating Dr. Rogers and Sharon as time goes on. And if it requires to where she comes down on the front here and needs food, we're gonna feed her. But she's going to have to come down to get food, is what she's going to have to do. We're not going to go up and disturb her. So if she would be hungry, she'd come down.
Well, and all signs, her behaviors right now are all kind of showing us the same way that Holly did, is they're leading for hibernation, you know, with experimenting around the Doug den and kind of moving stuff around a little bit.
Into it.
She's getting ready.
Yeah, she is getting considerably ready. I know the one day when I was back there looking at her and we were putting food by her, she didn't even want to take it. And then Sharon said over the weekend, and she seemed to want to have food. But things change, you know, it's just she's going through a phase right now. Mercy from Illinois asks, what's the average age of an NABC volunteer? I've never taken a survey. I don't think I can. I don't ask anybody out there, but I can tell you right now the average age is, I guess,
old enough to know better and too young to care.
You heard the answer. Old enough to know better and too young to care. But they're great helpers. Everybody helps out here. I'm not trying to not answer that question, but honestly, I guess we've never really thought about it, and we don't really know their ages.
No.
We really don't. But we're going to all say the average age is in the lower 30s. Makes us all younger. Got another one here. Mercy again from Illinois. I like this question. What is or was the best-selling coffee flavor of the NABC Bears? In other words, the coffee that we offer in the gift shop, what's the best seller we have? And, you know, this season has been Lucky's Top of the Morning, correct?
Correct.
Yes, Lucky's Top of the Morning coffee. And why it's popular? What brand is that again? I think it's the Morning Blend, ain't it? If I remember right. Either way, Campfire, Morning Blend, not sure. I don't know why I didn't ask that. Murphy again had another question. Can you share any tentative plans for the NABC 10-year anniversary coming up? I can share a little bit of it here. First of all, the celebration of the 10-year anniversary is going to be on the lily pad weekend, which is the third weekend. So we're going to start it on the 21st of July, and that's on a Friday, and we're going to kind of try not to interfere too much with the lily pad picnic because that's a big event, and we don't want to interfere with that too much neither. So it will be a Friday event, possibly going into Saturday, but we will coordinate it with them. And it's our 10th year of being open, so that'll be pretty neat. So I hope that answers your question out there. Now we got Dory from Indiana. What's the process for emptying Ted's pool? Guess what? It's emptied. We emptied it yesterday. It's a 610-gallon pool, and it's got a little plug in it that you unscrew. Take the plug out, let it drain down. We let it drain down, Larry, myself, and Cindy, and then scrubbed it, rinsed it, and flipped it over. And Larry, one of the bear educators, Cindy, Ted's mom, in a way, his human, helped out. She's here visiting with us, which is really nice. Hope that answers that question. Now we got Mike from California. Are you in the drought area, Mike? I hope not. How many den cams are you hoping for this year? Will there be sound on any? Do you think Tasha will try to break her cam like Lucky and Holly, or do you reckon she is camera friendly like Ted? Well, hoping on cameras this year. They are working on the cameras right now. Just let everybody know out there, I think I did last week too, but we now have 15 megs of dedicated speed that is going to be going just to cameras. It's installed. They're running all the wires, new shielded cable and everything to get that going. How many cameras we're going to have is going to be determined by weather conditions, what we can actually get accomplished before we get snow and a freeze up. but we're hoping to have at least 5 cams going and uninterrupted cams, we hope, with the speed. Correct?
I don't know.
We're hoping. Will there be sound on any? No, there won't be sound on any. Nothing that we can do about that right at this point in time until we get a system put in that actually blends together. We have not tackled that one. Do I think Tasha will try and break them? She hasn't shown any interest in getting to any of the wiring or any of that stuff yet, but I guess time will tell on that one. We're hoping she doesn't, but you know, she's a young bear and she could be mischievous, I would believe. As far as being camera friendly, the cameras haven't been really near her to test that. Would you agree? They haven't been really by her, they've been out. So I would say that that's probably a question I can't answer right now. I'm going to let Heidi go on to the next two from Marge from Illinois. She can read those off and give me an answer on those.
Thanks, Scott. Thoughts about expanding the NABC enclosure beyond the 2.5 acres. Thoughts about bringing any more bears to the NABC for their forever home in the future. And we have discussed it about expanding the 2.5 acres. There are open thoughts on bringing more bears into this enclosure, but that's about where it's at. It's a lot of thinking and a lot of discussion.
A lot of planning.
Lots of very important planning. That's it. Planning. That's what we do.
It is true, though. There's a lot of planning to go on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much so. How many volunteer hours have been logged so far for 2016?
This is Marge again.
This is Marge. Sorry, I didn't.
You're good.
I didn't let everybody know that. Marge knew it, though. My last tally that I have, and this I want to say was the end of September. Well, the end of August for sure. I don't think I've thrown September's into this, so it's kind of off a little bit, and I apologize for that. This question came to us this morning. Is 13,214 hours have been turned in so far, and that's for the people who take the time to get their hours turned in to project coordinators. Thank you. Thank you for turning in your hours to your project coordinators. Because if you don't do that, then we don't know about them.
We have a contest going on for that, too, don't we?
There might be a contest going on for that, yeah.
We want to hit a number here, so turn your numbers in.
That's right. Am I still going with this?
Keep going one more, yeah.
All right. Mia wants to know, should Ted get his medicine during wintertime also? But bears don't eat during hibernation. I'm wondering why he doesn't need any medicine during the winter. He doesn't have any pain. Scott.
Well, I think you kind of answered part of your question from Finland, Europe area. Should Ted get medicine during the wintertime? Pretty tough to give it to him when he shuts down. We really can't go in there and give him anything. When you see Ted laying in his den, he's just resting. He ain't interested in eating once he's down. Wondering why he doesn't need any medicine during winter. You know, as humans, we do the very best we can to take care of the animals and the bears. And I got to tell you something. Ted don't show that he's in any kind of pain. I mean, he is restless. Go ahead.
Taking care of them in that sense, though, too, is letting them hibernate the way that they would do in the wild. And that's a very important part of the bear's cycle. And if we were up there giving the medication, we'd be interrupting that. And
that could actually hurt them.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point that she brought up. We want to let them be bears, but I really do believe that if Ted was in any kind of unusual pain, that he would definitely not be wanting to lay down and lay around. And he looks very comfortable when he's laying. I think it's more, if anything, is Ted feels that stuff when he spends a lot of time walking. When he spends a lot of time roaming around is when he starts to feel it. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, he's being treated for arthritis, and my husband shows the stages of that, and sometimes it's after you've been out moving around, sometimes it's weather related, you know, and that's when you feel that pain.
Sure. Totally makes sense. Really good question. It really is. And I'm sorry that some of these were so vague on, because some of them, you know, even talking to Dr. Rogers and other folks, we just don't know. I mean, some of the stuff you can't help but not knowing, you know. Marge from Ireland again, will Tasha be given straw for the dug den as well as leaves? Right now we're giving her mostly leaves. In fact, we're giving her all these, and we're hoping that that turns out to be enough. She's packed them in there. She's kind of closed up her area a little bit. But, again, we don't know if she's going to den there for sure. We really don't know yet. Although she does stay up around a certain area, we're not sure when or if she's going to den in that particular area. Or like we said earlier, she's showing signs of it. Don't you agree? I mean, she's definitely showing signs. And really kind of cool because after the time that I've been here now, I can notice it. And it's amazing how slow they get. Marge again. Here we go, Marge from Ireland. What new items can we look forward to in the gift shop? New sweatshirts, jackets, I hope. You're going to have to wait and see. We're going to be putting them on the web. We're going to have a little fun with it. And we should hopefully have a web that can accept all the stuff that we've got. But we are putting together quite a few new things right now. There's a lot of stuff.
Missy, I know, put in a huge order just, I think it was last week, for a lot of different clothing items, some stuff that we haven't offered before.
Yeah.
And we're kind of excited about it. Some of the stuff seems to be nice and a good variety from what we have there right now with just like the sweatshirts and such.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. She's done a great job, and we've actually spread our wings out, and we're going into a lot of different areas even further. There's going to be some new and exciting things on there, like she said. There is a request on here, I guess, also for Heidi to do her head impersonation. We'll hold that off for just a little bit because I do have one more question. She may not even want to do that. She didn't know about it. We got one from, let's see, Holly from Minnesota. This is our last question we got today. Food-related question. It's a Tasha question again. Since Tasha didn't hibernate last year, at what point will you stop offering food to her, the other bears as well? I was on the phone with Dr. Rogers just a little bit ago talking about when we're going to stop offering the bears food. You know, it's a question that the bears answer more than we do. When they start showing that they're slowing down completely and not wanting to be bothered, or it's really hard to get them out of their dens, that's when we stop or slow down feeding them. And I got to tell you right now, there's bears showing that. And if they're not disturbed at all, they stay put. They don't even come out looking for food. And, you know, one of the interesting things is, and I know Sharon watches this stuff very hard, and Sharon knows what she's doing, and I know that Judy Stone has done it in the past too, is they kind of help us, and we know when we're going to start slowing down and stop feeding the bears. And I say we're very close to it right now. It's not that far away. We've discussed it, I want to say, almost daily about when we should stop feeding them. You know, as humans, we always feel bad because we're always hungry. We have to eat 3 meals a day. We always think the bears need to do that too, or any of the animals out there, even the birds. But ultimately, they know the best, and they show it, and then we got to go by that. And we got to get our human heart out of it sometimes and let them do their thing. It's not always easy. I mean, even with the dogs, you know, that I have, you know when and when not to feed them. You know when and when not to do things because they show you it. And I think that we've got a good group that knows how to recognize that. In fact, I know we got an excellent group that knows how to recognize it, and we'll adjust accordingly. Again, I hope that those questions were somewhat answered. And we want to bring up a couple of sundry duties, and that is, one of them is our Halloween program that we're going to be putting on for the public or anybody that comes to it. It's going to be for kids that are going to be 10 years of age or under, get in free at our Bear Center Halloween event, which is this Saturday, and that date is the 22nd is when that is, from 2 to 4 o'clock Ely time. So if anybody's watching out there that can get here, we certainly would like to have you. It's a free event, and it's a free community event, open to the public, and we'd like to see you there. We also got Give to the Max Day coming up, which is an exciting day. That's in November, and if you look at the website, you'll see when that date is on that. What else do we have going on right now?
We've got a membership drive going on right now, and if you haven't taken advantage of that, buy a membership and you're going to get one of the free 2017 calendars. We'll send it out to you along with the membership package that comes with it, and then you get a 10% discount for the rest of the year, or for a whole year from whenever you buy your membership. And we're looking at next year putting some new things in. So if you're a membership with us, you know, hopefully we'll be able to do some special offers where you get a bonus discount on some select items as the year progresses. So
that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
We'll see what happens.
Yes, and the membership really helps the North American Bear Center. For those of you who are at the Bear Center today, and those of you out there, the memberships are something that supports the Bear Center strongly and helps the Bear Center move forward as a nonprofit that isn't supported by any state or federal funding. Again, we thank you all for this day that you allowed us to be with you and answer those questions. And again, I apologize if they weren't answered in a fashion that maybe you understood, or maybe we didn't get across right. But we're trying our best, and we're having some fun here, and it's coming down to the end of the season, and it's kind of quiet here. It's getting quiet. It's not always fun, but you know we got to.
It's always fun here.
It's always fun here, but it's not always fun seeing the quietness with no guests and stuff like that are getting low. So again, we thank you. We thank you for being here. We thank you for the volunteers, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, hopefully out by the Log Pavilion area, and that will be the last live broadcast for the live at the NABC, but we may have some upcoming events that we'll want to talk about too. Thank you, and have a great day.